don't have to wait until the weekend to enjoy your life. Bring that weekend energy into the weekday. And I want to talk about a couple ways that I do that with my week, because if you're waiting for the weekend to live, you're missing like 260 plus days of the year waiting on a sliver of time where you feel you have that freedom. And I want to talk about ways that you can feel that freedom and feel that peace and that weekend energy throughout the week. And this is coming from a fairly busy person. I do have a pretty demanding schedule, and I don't say that in a way of romanticizing busyness. And there's a lot of things going on while I'm also pregnant, and I definitely don't want to miss out on my life. I want to make Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday feel just as good as Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So let's talk from a perspective of how, again, to bring that weekend energy into the weekday, and we'll start with the morning and then we'll finish off with the evening. I'm assuming the middle of the day is when everyone goes to work. I do work in person, so I get it. If you're going to work and you're not at home and able to do the laundry, the dishes, and all of these things, and probably inundate ourselves with more than we need to. But let's talk from a perspective of a 9-to-5 or a job where you have to go in person, and how to tackle the mornings and the evenings in a way that feels intentional and meaningful. So my first tip is to wake up earlier. I know that this is such a cliche piece of advice. People say, wake up at 5 a.m. and you have your whole morning, but I'm not even saying that. Wake up maybe 20, 30 minutes earlier and really allow yourself to marinate and to sit in that morning. And maybe you can add some more time on. The longer time goes on, you can maybe elongate that time period of waking up, but start off with 20 minutes, and see how that morning feels a little differently when you have a little bit more time for yourself. I think oftentimes weekdays can feel stressful because it feels like a lot of next. We have to get up. We have to get the kids ready. We have to get them to school. We have to go to work. It feels like a lot of pressure to perform and a lot of pressure to show up in this particular way and be quick and not have any time to breathe. And so if you allow yourself those couple extra minutes, it can really make a difference for how you pour into yourself, how you show up, feeling like you have a bit more time to embrace the person that you're around, to embrace your cup of coffee, to just sit there in that morning and really romanticize the fact that you're able to go to work, the fact that you're able to wake up by yourself. There's so many blessings that we miss out on, and it can sound so simple and cliche, but this is the way that I analyze my life, is waking up and really being with myself in the morning and allowing myself that time to be with myself or be with God, whatever that looks like for you, sitting in that. Another thing that I do to start my day off in the morning with more intention and bring in that weekend relaxation energy is to play music. And my brain can only handle so much. So I love classical music or opera like Jesse Norman. There's good, intentional, meaningful music that you can listen to. It could be Christian music. It can be instrumentals, which is a lot of the time what I lean towards. Jazz music, cafe music, whatever type of feeling you want to evoke. Put that in the day with the music you start with, right? If you start with, hands up on your knees or whatever type of music you listen to, I'm not judging, but that might be feeding into feeling stressed and feeling chaotic and feeling anxious. What are the words that we're listening to? Sometimes people don't realize the words that they're saying so early in the morning with the music they're listening to. And that can definitely contribute to our stress and anxiety and rush of trying to get through to the next. I love lyrics. And so I'll listen to a lot of songs that kind of reflect my surroundings, like opening the the blinds and sitting with a cup of coffee or describing the weather. There's a lot of things that you can do in your morning to make it feel more intentional, make it feel more relaxing and not so stressful. So pay attention to those words that you're listening to. Maybe your body is too overstimulated too early in the morning. You might be waking up with high tempo music with words that don't really resonate with where you want to be in life. And then you're indulging in a cup of caffeine too soon. You might just be overstimulated in the morning, which is causing that rush and that feel of anxiety on the weekdays versus that relaxation that we feel on the weekend of just kind of taking it slow and not really doing too much, not feeling like we have to get too much in. Start your day off slow. And another thing that I want to add to that in the morning is opening the blinds. Maybe there are some things that you can do to really transition yourself from sleep to awake in a way that is slow and gentle and mindful versus a way that is chaotic and rushed and forced. Sometimes we can just wake up and scroll and just roll out of bed and roll into our clothes and not really have these markers of I am transitioning into a moment for myself. And that's what I like to do in the morning is open my blinds up, let the light in if you can, depending on where you live, right? Let the light in, put some music on, allow yourself to really marinate and soak and transition into a peaceful morning versus an overstimulated one. And that can really bring a relaxation and a weekend energy. And also try to not allow your mind to go to all of these things that you will have time to deal with at work. You'll be there. You'll have time to handle that. You will be present and you will be able to conquer and handle those things when you get there. There's no need to constantly ruminate and replay and hypothesize all of these work scenarios in your head before you get there. Allow yourself to have your morning and to sit with yourself. You deserve it. Do not overstimulate yourself. Put that good relaxation energy into every portion of the day that you can. So then you go to work, life happens, and how do we bring that weekend energy into the evening when I want to go home, I'm hungry, I'm sweaty, there's a lot going on. Hopefully you're off at a decent time. But let's talk about it, right? Everyone's schedule is different. This might not be for everyone, and that's totally okay. But one way that I like to transition into my evening is to kind of understand what I'm going to eat. And I think there's some habit stacking that can go along the way here. For one, no one wants to go to the grocery store after work. But we do want to eat and we do want food. And maybe you can pick something up. You don't always have to cook. But something that has helped me is curbside. I have not been in the grocery store a majority of my pregnancy. I have been pulling up to the curbside and driving right home. And it is such a beautiful, thing to just have a moment to sit there. And that for me is so romanticized in itself. I just am so grateful and thankful for a free grocery pickup order that doesn't add any money to the expenses. And no, this is not a sponsorship. Maybe one day I will be able to have a curbside sponsorship. But if you are trying to get home and you need groceries, curbside. Think of things that can save you time to where you don't have to feel like, oh, I have to go to the store, I have to cook, all these things. And aside from that, the habit stacking that can go along here is if you want to come home and decompress, let's have a wardrobe that allows you a clear transition into the evening without feeling frumpy, And this is something that helps me. And again, it might not be for everyone, but I have my pajama sets. So if I'm coming home from work, I can shower, I can wash my face, and then I could put on a set and I feel like I have a different time to enjoy and embrace and relax and feel good like it feels like I'm being more intentional about my wind down time. And as far as food goes, you can pick meals to habit stack off on your shower. So maybe like a chunky soup, or I have a ton of recipes that are like set it and forget it recipes. So something that you can kind of put on the stove, put in the oven, start preparing, if you're even more casual, the air fryer, whatever it is, stuff that you can put in and start preparing, get in the door, wash your hands and get that ready, and then go and enjoy your shower. And food is cooking, you're going to be able to eat after. It's such a perfect chef's kiss of a habit stack to unwind while food is being prepared. And so I think that this is a way, again, to bring that relaxation energy, to not be chaotic. It doesn't have to feel so overwhelming. There's multiple things that you can do at once to make things feel good. And again, this is such a lighter conversation. I feel like there's so much more that can kind of go into this, but to refrain from over talking, I will try to stick to my points. So pajamas versus outside clothes, pajamas versus unintentional t-shirts, pajamas versus, right? And again, not for everyone, but this is so helpful for me to, again, get into that transitional piece of I'm being intentional with my evening. I'm comfortable and I'm not sweaty. I have something on that makes sense, that feels silky, where I can just relax and get optimal sleep. And I'm super into like what fabrics give me optimal sleep, because certain fabrics kind of restrict you from moving and feeling comfortable. I like to enjoy my life. I like to maximize my comfort, maximize what God has given us on this earth to enjoy. And if that looks like, doing a little extra research on the fabrics that'll make me sleep better, then that looks like that. And it's not a bad thing. And you honestly don't have to spend a lot of money. My pajamas were really, really cheap. And, some of those silk sets are ripping apart and falling apart. And I'm normally a proponent for tossing clothes if they're ripping, but that's like if I'm going outside. And since I'm still in the house, the silk sets that have a little tear in there, that's okay. And I also could sew them up, but I just haven't made it around to doing that yet. But have that transitional piece, right? Have that meal ready to go, that prepared, whatever it is. If you do meal prep, have it cooking while you're showering and transitioning into the evening so that you can eat, you can be clean, you can clean up, you can go to bed. There's so much intention. There's so many intentional things that you can do in the evening, again, to relax and bring that energy into that weekend energy into the weekday. And the last thing is an environment reset. I have not been too much of a fan of lighting candles lately because I don't want to have to get up and blow them out. I'm pregnant. It's uncomfortable getting out the bed, but I have got my room spray for particular occasions. And now I know it's a bit early, probably by the time you see this, it's not, but I've been spraying my pumpkin room spray before I lay down, and maybe turning on like a fake candle. And that kind of simulates that environment for me, because it's convenient, it's easy. Whatever you can do to, allow yourself to utilize your five senses, right? Like touch, wear a comfy pajama, smell, spray that room spray, put on a candle, like optimize what you can and let your five senses be, used so that you can enjoy them for yourself. Like, don't utilize all your five senses at work all day and not indulge in them at home. Like, you're touching all these paperwork and doing all these things, getting paper cuts, smelling somebody's lunch in the office, or, whatever it is, utilizing and overstimulating yourself at work and not allowing yourself to, partake in your five senses at home. Put on that comfy pajama, spray that room spray and have that scent, or light that candle and let it be a memory scent. Let it be something good, put on that perfume after the shower, whatever it is. Taste that food, that good intentional food, that chunky soup, that set it and forget it, whatever it is. taste the good food, the homemade food, and do all of those. Hear the calm music in the morning, utilize your five senses in a way that shows gratitude to God. Like, thank you for giving me these things that I can be grateful for and be intentional about, and carve time out to really enjoy myself. And it doesn't have to only be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but it can be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday also. And whatever day of the week, even if it's just one, I encourage you, bring that weekend energy into the weekday. Really allow yourself enjoyment of life. There's so much to be grateful for. There's so many things that I see online and in the news where life can just change in the blink of an eye. So my mic died, but comment down below some intentional things that you try to do to optimize your weekday and to bring that weekend energy into the weekday. And I hope everyone has a great Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.